Dear listeners, welcome to our channel Seraphic Tales. The whispers of your soul led you here. Trust that you're exactly where you need to be. They tried to destroy you, but something horrible happened. You need to see this. They lit candles, called your name in shadows, and danced with demons to erase your destiny. But last night, the darkness turned on them. You were protected by something greater. Type I'm shielded by the light if you're ready to hear the truth they never wanted you to know. In a realm beyond sight, your name was spoken in bitterness and envy. Someone close to you, maybe even someone you called family, whispered curses instead of prayers. But the universe caught their lies like poison in a chalice. Their intentions were dark, and the moment they tried to drag your spirit down, something shifted. Type they won't succeed if you've ever felt energy draining after speaking to someone you thought cared. There was a night not long ago where everything in your life started falling apart. Opportunities vanished. Friends became strangers. You woke up feeling heavy, not just physically, but spiritually. This wasn't random. Someone sowed seeds of sabotage behind your back. But what they didn't know was that divine energy had already placed a shield around your soul. Type my spirit is protected if you've ever felt like you were under attack without reason. The moment they tried to hex your name, something went terribly wrong. The same darkness they sent toward you began circling back toward them. Their mirrors shattered. Their rituals backfired. What they summoned to destroy you, refused to obey. Type return to sender if you believe karma doesn't miss an address. There was a woman who watched you closely. Jealous of your light. She smiled, but her spirit was roaring with hatred. She didn't want your success, she wanted your silence. She plotted with whispers and disguised her envy with fake compliments. But now, her plans are crumbling in the hands of her own guilt. Jealousy can't touch me if you've ever felt fake love wrapped in sweet words. Your energy was too powerful. You are not just skin and bone, you are ancient resilience, reincarnated purpose. The reason they couldn't break you is because your ancestors whispered your name in protection while they tried to curse it in hatred. Type I carry my ancestors' strength if you believe you were born to break generational curses. Some of you were nearly taken out in your sleep. Restless nights. Unexplained fears. Dreams that felt like battles. That wasn't your imagination, that was spiritual warfare. But every time they tried, something or someone intervened. You woke up tired, but you woke up alive. That's not a coincidence. That's spiritual survival. Type I survived the unseen war if you know what it feels like to wake up and feel the weight of invisible battles. They lit candles for your downfall. Red for rage. Black for pain. They tried to distort your path by summoning confusion. But the more they invoked chaos, the more the universe cleared your road. Their spells became your stepping stones. Type every curse is turning into my blessing if you felt like your setbacks were secretly setting you up for more. Some of you lost jobs, relationships, homes, and thought it was all bad luck. But it wasn't. The spirit realm removed what was corrupted by negative energy. You lost those things not because you were weak, but because they were tainted by sabotage. Type my losses were divine protection if you believe rejection was redirection in disguise. Last night, the person who tried to break you cried out in pain. They saw a shadow in their dreams that whispered your name not in fear, but in warning. The energy they sent has returned, multiplied. Type energy returns multiplied if you believe what we send out comes back stronger. They didn't just want your peace, they wanted your purpose. They wanted to confuse you so badly that you'd forget who you are. They thought if they delayed your destiny long enough, you'd never wake up to your true power. But the opposite happened. You began to awaken. Every betrayal was a clue. Every loss, a message. Type I remember who I am if you've ever felt like pain became your path to power. There is a reason you survived things others would have drowned in. You weren't built to break. Your soul carries ancient codes, celestial instructions, and divine DNA. Your light agitates the demons they entertain. Type my light disturbs their darkness if you felt spiritually targeted without explanation. They underestimated the forces around you. Your tears were witnessed by divine beings. Your cries were not ignored. They laughed when you fell, but they didn't know every tear watered a seed of strength that would one day rise like thunder in your spirit. Type every tear built my fire if you've turned pain into purpose. You are entering a season of reversal. What was taken will be returned. What was spoken against you will be silenced. What was delayed will arrive. Not because of revenge, but because balance must be restored. Divine order is reclaiming your timeline. Type restoration is my right if you feel a shift coming. Paragraph 14. They tried to label you with lies, too sensitive, too emotional, too ambitious. But those labels were just projections of their own fear. Your sensitivity is your superpower. Your ambition is divine fire. They mocked what they didn't understand. Type I honor my truth if you've been misunderstood for your light. Now, they are afraid. Not of you, but of what they cannot control. They see you rising, and their guilt is drowning them. They hoped you'd fall. Instead, you're flying. Not by their permission, but by divine design. Type I rise without apology if you refuse to shrink for others' comfort. In the end, those who tried to curse you unknowingly activated your protection. Their words summoned your angels. Their actions triggered divine intervention. What they meant for destruction has become the reason for your elevation. Type their evil activated my angels if you believe that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. They studied you like a map, trying to find your weakest point. They searched for a crack in your armor, a moment of doubt, a day where your faith would falter. But what they missed was this: your strength doesn't come from ease. It was born in fire, tested in storms, and sealed by survival. Type I'm fire tested and storm approved if you know your strength wasn't handed to you, it was earned. When you were at your lowest, you didn't know it, but the spirit world was at war for you. Angels stood guard, intercepting arrows you never saw. Each delay was not denial, it was divine defense. They paused the plans against you, waiting for your inner fire to reignite. Type I was protected in the pause if you believe waiting was part of your preparation. There are things in your lineage that were never meant to reach you. Cycles of betrayal. Generational curses. Spirits of failure and stagnation. But something shifted when you showed up. You weren't just born, you were sent. And what once flowed through your bloodline stops with you. Type it ends with me if you feel chosen to rewrite your family's story. They thought breaking your heart would destroy you. But all it did was crack your spirit wide open to a deeper power. You loved purely. You trusted deeply. And though it hurt, the universe turned that pain into spiritual currency. You are now rich in wisdom, resilience, and clarity. Type my pain became profit if you've turned heartbreak into holy growth. Every time they laughed behind your back, the heavens wrote a new blessing with your name on it. Mockery never moved mountains, but faith does. And you kept walking, kept believing, even when your knees buckled. That is why your breakthrough is inevitable. Type my reward is on the way if you know consistency is louder than curses. Your timeline is being restored by divine hands. Years you thought were wasted are being folded into miracles. Opportunities are circling back. Love is returning stronger. What's yours cannot be taken, only delayed. Type nothing that's mine will miss me if you trust divine timing. They see your glow and pretend not to notice. But you've become undeniable. Your aura speaks before you do. Your presence disrupts dysfunction. That's why they tried to dim you. But the glow is internal, it's not switchable. Type I'm lit from within if your light doesn't need validation. Even the earth responds to you now. Doors open where there were walls. People feel drawn to help you without knowing why. The atmosphere shifts in your favor. You're walking in alignment. What was once hard becomes effortless. Type I'm in divine flow if you've started experiencing unexplainable favor.